Greetings and welcome. We are extremely appreciative for this opportunity to teach, learn, teach with you here today, this day of your time. Today's transmission is a continuation of our course, The Game of Awakening. Today's session is regarding the 3 steps to awakening. Dearest ones, we love you so much. Most of the people upon your planet are unawake. There are a great deal who are in the process of awakening, but still the vast majority are unawake. If you understand the steps to awakening, then you will have more compassion, understanding, and patience with those around you and also with yourself. Let us begin. The majority of the humans upon your planet are unawake and also operating from their reactionary centers of their body. Those are the ones controlled by the lower 3 chakra energy centers. These energy centers regulate your safety, security, and reproduction. These energy centers are what you use when you react to something in a way of worry and fear and anger and reproduction. These energy centers operate on a frequency of "what can I get?" or "what do I need to keep myself safe?" or "the world is out to hurt me. There are dangers. I have to find a way to protect myself." Or, "I need to reproduce. That way my genes will continue if something happens to me." All of these thoughts are controlled by what your scientists call the reptilian part of your brain. These are your fight or flight responses, and if you notice, dearest ones, the individuals who are at this point in their consciousness, they very seldom or even never contemplate the meaning of life, but instead prefer to distract themselves with obtaining possessions to feel safe and secure, and also spend their time in the act of reproducing. There is nothing wrong with this, dearest ones. This is just their current level in their evolutionary process for their consciousness. These individuals are in 3rd density and 3rd dimensional consciousness. Again, there is nothing wrong with this. This is where their evolution has taken them thus far. They have not yet begun the journey into 4th dimensional consciousness in a 3rd density environment. As we said, the majority of your people of Earth are at the previously stated point in their evolution. They are focused upon getting, storing, saving, hoarding, keeping, and reproducing. All are very animalistic in their consciousness actions. When they are ready, a trigger will happen in their experiences that will then activate within them a surge of energy that will propel them into the first phase of awakening. This first phase of awakening is when they notice when they recognize that they are saving and hoarding and keeping and focused on lack and focused on safety and focused on security and focused on reproducing and focused upon reacting. This recognition of their behavior is the first phase of awakening. Asking themselves, why am I behaving like this? Why am I so fearful? Why am I preparing for the worst? Why am I? And so on and so on and so on. An analogy that we will share with you now is a glass that has water in it. The first phase of awakening will consist of the individual seeing that there is a glass and the glass contains water in it. The individual will then look at the quantity of water, and because they are operating from their lower 3 chakra energy centers, they will judge the quantity of water for how much they can take and will decide that the glass is half empty of water. But the awakening aspect is the individual beginning to wonder why they see the glass as half empty. The second phase of awakening happens after much soul searching, much questioning, much wondering, and a trigger will occur again in their environment that will cause a surge of energy to flow through them and usher their consciousness to a new way of seeing things. This surge of energy happens when the heart chakra becomes activated. Once the heart chakra becomes activated, the flow of energy within the body is no longer only working with the lower 3 chakras, which are the reactionary centers of the body, but now incorporates the peaceful energy that comes from the heart center chakra. The activation of the heart chakra allows the individual to take a moment and not react, but instead take a breath and allows them to respond to the situation. This switch from reacting to responding is a gradual process, dearest ones. It is not immediate, but is a result that takes time to practice. However, this additional energy center activation allows the individual to look at that glass of water, and at first they will analyze it and judge it and decide that it is half empty of water, and they will worry that they will need to find a way to get more water, and they will worry about needing to conserve the water they have. But slowly, the energy from the heart center will cause the individual to stop themselves, and they will ask themselves, is it really half empty, or could it also be half full? This is the switch when more of the heart center is activated and less of the lower 3 chakra centers are depended upon. Taking the time to look at the glass and think and wonder and contemplate what it would mean to have it half full instead of half empty is beautiful for us to watch, as it is such a significant step in your evolutionary process. This is where you have activated a new part of your brain, created new connections within yourself, and have ushered in a new level of consciousness for yourself. You are now not operating with such a lack mentality of need, worry, stress, fear, and survival, but instead the heart chakra activation allows you the opportunity to respond instead of react, and gives you the opportunity to look at everything from a new point of view. You will see that glass of water as half full instead of half empty. This is a higher vibrational viewpoint. This means you recognized there is another way to view the glass with water, and you allowed yourself to see something from a different point of view. This also means that the lower vibrational survival instincts will not be as strong within the individual. Therefore, the quantity of material goods purchased strictly to make them feel better will be lessened. The hoarding will be lessened. The fear will be lessened. The reproduction instinct will be lessened. In other words, everything that the majority of the human population is doing will not be as attractive to you to participate in, as you will not want to distract yourself as much, and instead have a burning desire to learn and grow and expand. This is such a wonderful spot in the evolution of your consciousness, dearest ones. The third step of awakening is a step that very few humans of your planet, up until this point, have ever reached. This is what can be referred to as being a master. Let us explain by returning to the analogy of the glass with water. The first phase of awakening is when one recognizes that they are judging the glass as being half empty, and they wonder why they are making the decision that it is half empty. They recognize the fact that they are judging the glass. They recognize it. The second phase of awakening is when one recognizes that there is an entirely different viewpoint to be had for the glass with water, and they used to see it as half empty, but now they choose to see it as half full, and all of the high vibrations that come with seeing it as half full. Now, dearest ones, we love you so much. The third step of awakening is when the individual realizes that if they see the glass as half empty or half full, they are still judging the glass with water. So, instead of it being empty or full, they see it as a glass that has water. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is no lack, there is no abundance. It just is. It just is whatever you want it to be. It is your perception of the glass and the water that changes its vibration. This is the oneness that is the universe. This is the oneness that is everything. Oneness contains everything. Oneness contains the perception of lack. Oneness contains the perception of abundance. But oneness is everything. It is the beginning. It is the end. It is the middle. It is a glass and it is water. So you see, dearest ones, we love you so much. The third step of awakening is no longer judging whether or not the glass is half empty or half full. The third step of awakening is no longer judging. The third step of awakening is being in the knowingness that everything is as you perceive it to be. But as we watch each of you evolve your consciousness in leaps and bounds over such a short period of time, and as you continue to do so, more and more of you are starting to allow your consciousness to gently touch your toes into the pool of oneness, possibly allowing yourself to release the judgment of this or that, possibly allowing yourself to see everything as neither right or wrong, possibly allowing yourself to see everything as perfect because it contains all. It is a journey, is it not, dearest ones? It is a journey that can never be completed while in physical form. It is a journey that starts off as being a very lonely journey, but the more and more of you that decide to go on the journey of deliberately awakening, you are starting to meet more and more of your soul families along the way. Dearest ones, it is a journey. It is an evolution. You will never understand it all while in physical form. You will never get to a point where you have accomplished everything you want to accomplish. You will never get to a point where you feel complete. It is impossible because every single moment contains your consciousness expanding and recognizing that there are new things to think, new things to do, new things to experience, new points of view. It is never ending, ever. It is impossible. Being in physical form is such a glorious experience, and with your earth changes beginning, you are in for such a fun and glorious, exciting times ahead with experiencing new and different things. Nothing you have known before can continue. It's all new and different from here on. Your evolution of consciousness is unstoppable, and it will be extremely fast. Your journey to masterhood is on the fast track for so many of you beautiful ones. We encourage you to not push yourself in trying to grow, ever. Just allow yourself to evolve naturally. For you in physical form have no control, and we repeat, no control over how or when you evolve. That is something that is worked out on the spirit side of existence. Your physical form just plays it out and allows it to occur with as much ease and grace as you can. So allow yourself to play it out. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to evolve. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Bless it. And so it is. We leave you now in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator, Adonai.